Ancient Sparta's hidden science of combat, explained. Imagine standing in a wall of bronze as thousands of enemy warriors sprint toward you. Not one Spartan breaks formation. Within minutes, the charge collapses. The victory wasn't won by stronger muscles. It was won by geometry. The Spartan phalanx changed warfare forever. Even today, its principles still influence modern close combat. To understand why, we must travel to ancient Greece, where disciplined teamwork became deadlier than individual strength. By the 7th century BC, Greek city-states adopted the hoplite phalanx, a revolutionary way of fighting together. Each hoplite carried a large round shield, a spear about 2 to 3 meters long, and a short backup sword. Earlier warriors fought as individuals. Hoplites fought as one tightly organized unit, moving and surviving together. No Greek city became more famous for this system than Sparta, where military discipline shaped every citizen's life. Spartan boys entered the agorges around age 7, beginning years of harsh military education and endurance training. Ancient writers Plutarch and Xenophon described how discipline and teamwork mattered more than personal glory. Every lesson reinforced one simple rule: never fight alone. Fight as part of the wall. The geometry of the phalanx was remarkably efficient. Every shield protected its owner and the soldier beside him. Each warrior depended completely on his neighbor. One broken position could expose the entire formation. Strength came from overlapping protection, not from individual heroics or extraordinary physical power. This produced a major biomechanical advantage through synchronized movement instead of isolated effort. Hundreds of soldiers combined body weight, shield pressure, and coordinated footwork into one moving structure. Force spread across the entire line rather than remaining in a single fighter's arms or shoulders. Modern biomechanics calls this coordinated force transfer. The Spartans mastered it over 2,000 years ago. One famous example appeared during the Battle of Plataea in 479 BC against the Persian Empire. After the Greek victory at Salamis, the Persian invasion continued under General Mardonius. Greek forces led by the Spartan regent Pausanias met the Persians on the plains of Plataea. Historian Herodotus recorded how disciplined Greek hoplites eventually shattered the Persian battle line. Their success depended on maintaining formation, even under enormous pressure during close combat. The Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC revealed the same principle under completely different conditions. King Leonidas and his allies defended an extremely narrow mountain pass against overwhelming Persian numbers. The terrain prevented the Persians from surrounding the Greek defenders with their superior manpower. The phalanx transformed geography into a weapon by forcing attackers into overlapping shields and spears. The Spartans could not stop the invasion forever, but they resisted for days against impossible odds. Their endurance came from disciplined positioning rather than mythical strength or fearless charges. Military historians describe the phalanx as an engineering solution to the limits of the human body. One warrior tires quickly. A coordinated line spreads physical stress across hundreds of soldiers. Every fighter carried only part of the burden while strengthening the entire defensive structure. Similar principles appear in modern close combat tactics used by military and law enforcement teams. Riot police often use overlapping shields to create continuous protection across the entire defensive line. Infantry units train to maintain spacing, protect teammates, and eliminate dangerous gaps during movement. Special operations soldiers constantly control angles, blind spots, and mutual support in confined spaces. The objective remains remarkably familiar. Protect the person beside you. Preserve the formation. Martial arts also recognize similar biomechanical principles developed through centuries of practical experience. Judo, wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and military combatives emphasize leverage over brute strength. Efficient body alignment transfers force through the hips instead of relying only on arm muscles. These systems evolved independently, yet they reached many of the same mechanical conclusions. Good mechanics consistently outperform wasted effort when pressure and fatigue begin to increase. The Spartans demonstrated these principles centuries before biomechanics became a scientific discipline. Sports science now measures force generation through posture, synchronized movement, and efficient kinetic chains. The ancient phalanx embodied these concepts in one of history's most disciplined battlefield formations. Yet the phalanx also had important weaknesses that eventually changed military history. It performed best on open, level ground, where formations could remain tightly organized. Rough terrain disrupted the line and reduced the effectiveness of long spears and shield coverage. At the Battle of Thermopylae in 197 BC, Roman legions exploited these weaknesses. Greater tactical flexibility allowed the Romans to defeat the once dominant Macedonian phalanx. History proved that no battlefield formation remains unbeatable forever, regardless of past success. Even so, Spartan battlefield thinking never disappeared from military theory and tactical training. The phalanx showed that teamwork could multiply human capability far beyond individual strength. Its geometry transformed separate fighters into one disciplined machine capable of extraordinary resilience. That lesson still echoes wherever trained teams move, defend, and survive together under pressure. The Spartans' greatest weapon was never the spear. It was the invisible geometry connecting every soldier. More than 2,000 years later, that ancient shield wall still shapes the science of modern close combat.